All right. Let's see. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the entire internet. Like, you search the whole thing. You can hop in the Wayback Machine, do all that shit. Like, it's just the best conversation ever. But we got a gentleman getting down with us this afternoon, man. You know, like I said, it's always a great stream when this gentleman gets to join us. Who do we have? If y'all don't know, what y'all should, but who do we have joining us this afternoon? Let the people know.
Just in case. Yeah. For all y'all that don't know who I am, is what I should be saying. I am the Cookie Beard. For y'all that do know me, the boy Man Up. Gonna chop it up once again with my boy Honcho here. Let's get your thoughts and feelings on this topic today. Let's see what everybody's mindset is at.
Yes, and I do look like a call center manager. Y'all got jokes. That's what we ain't doing no den folk shout outs. Nah, but you know, we are gonna talk about something that is super crazy to me today, right? And that is this whole kerfluffle going on around Ice Cube. And it's not even his fault, really, right? So we'll get into that in just a second, why it's not his fault, but then all the nonsense going around and what that really says about a certain group of people in this country. And then we'll also talk about, did he sell out? Because people are saying he sold out. They're putting up old tweets and lots of crazy things. So we're going to get in all that. Hey, if you're in here, make sure you hit that like button. It's greatly appreciated. And it's free. So that's who we have joining us this afternoon. And then we will try to melt the ice cube. Or something, I don't know. Anyway, John from New York, my favorite New Yorker. What's the motherfucking deal? Beyond the funny wigger. What's the motherfucking deal? The lovely Miss K. Grace. How are you doing this afternoon? Strong and grand. The man with the plan named Dan. How you doing this afternoon, sir? Taryn, what's the motherfucking deal? Man cave holding down the chat and the motherfucking stream, doing double duty. The lovely Miss Jessera. How are you this afternoon? Power, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Trixie McFly, how are you doing this afternoon, ma'am? Kenneth. Honorable mention, Kenneth. Cologne. Heidi. I don't know. Must be somebody new. Dirty South Scout, what's the motherfucking deal? Zero Mystery, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Jamal, what's the motherfucking deal? Jaja, and I think that's about it. If I miss you, I ain't dissed you. Rob, what's the motherfucking deal? So, let's talk about it, right? So, Ice Cube put out a tweet, and a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up a copy of it here. Where basically, he was saying that he had a plan. I think it's called the CWBA. I don't know what that acronym stands for. Just called the Ice Cube plan. And so what happened? Was it?
It stands for Contract with Black America.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I learned something new. Contract with Black America. And so my thing about that is, let me make sure I add the right thing here. My thing about that is, you know, basically a plan to say, hey, you know what? Niggas is tripping. We got to get it together. Hey, these are some of the things that, you know, we need to accomplish. Lord, let me not click the wrong photo here. That would be traumatic. Where is that? Is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. And, put it right here so I don't want to block Mr. Man up out. So, this is actually a secondary thing. But anyway, this is his thing that got canceled. So ignore that. But he basically said that, I got it over here. I forgot I got one of them as an image, one of them as a thing. I got the actual tweet right here. It says, facts. I put out the CWBA. Both parties contacted me. Dems said, we'll address the CWBA after the election. Trump campaign made some adjustments to their plan after talking to us about the CWBA. Now, people under this tweet are saying, Malcolm warned us about black celebrities. This is why I hate you niggas, okay? And I'm going to just go out and say it. Like I said, it's at this point, you know, it's hard to hold back. I hate you niggas, right? Okay? And you know, call me a Nazi or whatever. I hate niggas because what party has all the goddamn celebrities, right? Like, let's be realistic. Like, who are the celebrities telling you to fucking vote for? And niggas love to use Malcolm quotes super out of context. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the most weird ways. But anyway, But people start blaming this man because one party took him serious and the other party did the shit that they've been doing forever. Hey, worry about us right now, and I promise we're gonna get you. We're gonna take care of you right after the election. I mean, we're gonna take care of you like you've never been taken care of before. And then what happens? You push to the wayside. They give a lot of stuff to gay people, other people, other groups, and things. And black folks get nothing. And then y'all complain again and say, well, maybe in the 4 years they'll do it for us. And then you fucking look stupid. And you wonder why Joe Biden comes out and says, well, shit, niggas, they ain't nothing. They're not diverse. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we can count on y'all. We know we got your vote. You're the most consistent voting group of all. Why? Because you're dumb. Because you're not going to think. Because you're worried about the fucking image more so than the fucking outcome. A man is trying to come together with a plan to benefit you. And you're mad because the party you chose doesn't want to fuck with you. Who's the idiot in this situation? It's not Ice Cube. It's not the fucking Democrats, because they've shown you who they are. They've been who they've been the whole time. Well, the Trump campaign wants to do something, so it's not them. Who's the dum-dums in this situation? But it is what it is. People would rather say all this, higher learning and all this fucking, are we there? Like, I don't give a fuck about all that dumb shit. I don't care about barbershop. Let's go watch the next barbershop. Guess can't watch it now. Shut your stupid ass up. Like, really? Like, this is what I'm saying. This is the ignorance and the stupidity that comes out of people's mouths. But, Mr. Man Up, I want to know how you feel. I want to know, your thoughts on this situation with Ice Cube. Do you think that he should have even entertained the Trump campaign? Do you think he should have waited? Do you think he did the right thing? I mean, what in your view, or is he being misconstrued? Like, what are your feelings on this whole situation?
Well, what I think is this here. If you put out a plan, it's just like this. A child comes to mom and dad saying, okay, this is what I want to do this summer. Mm-hmm. One parent can get mad at the other parent for saying, okay, let's go ahead and try to see how can we get this done. How can we do this? Mm-hmm. Just because you feel like you want to do something else first, or you feel like that you got a lot on your plate at the time, I get to it later. Don't get mad when the next one, when the other parent decides to go ahead and try to put something in motion, or put it like that. And that's basically why he did. He did go, according to him, I'm putting it like that. According to him, he went to the Democrats and the Republicans. If the Democrats say, we'll get to this later, but then the Republicans, and we know Trump is a Republican, and that's all black people saw. Mm-hmm. For example, when you brought this up to me and I was reading it, I said, oh shit, here we go again. Look, I said this here. I told Hunter this before the stream started. I said, Ice Cube knew what he was getting himself into. Mm-hmm. He already knew what was ready to happen. Mm-hmm. It's not saying that he did something wrong. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, he already know if a black person working with Donald Trump.
No, not sure what happened there. Let me make sure I ain't cut it on my end. We'll leave that there. Hopefully jump back in here. All right, there you go. Okay, cool. You said if a black person works with Donald Trump, and then it'll cut out after that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But yeah, we all know if a black person works with Donald Trump, he's going to get some backlash. Mm-hmm. Kind of like what happened with Steve Harvey. But he wasn't working with Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. He said that before the cameras came on, he was supposed to, I forgot his exact words, that they were supposed to talk about something. Then as soon as the cameras came on, Donald Trump had switched it up and said something totally different. Mm-hmm. And that's all you saw. Mm-hmm. So my thing is this, with this whole Ice Cube thing, he have a plan to try to make things better for black people in this country. So why not use your brain and read about it, learn about the situation before you come to a conclusion about what it is that he's trying to do, or what you think he's trying to do. That's what I should say. Because when you sent it to me, like I say, I didn't even know what was going on. So I read it, and I was like I said, the first thing in my mind, you already know how black people gonna act. So it's crazy.
Man. And it is really crazy. And I saw somebody mention, like, with Kanye, like, And Rob said, it was stupid not to talk to the president. That's the thing. The most powerful man in the free world, you say, don't talk to him. But then get mad and say, oh, he's not doing anything. Even though, meanwhile, things are getting done that have been beneficial. But then let's overlook those. Those are it was something Obama thought about one time. He didn't get a chance to do it, so Trump just did it to make him look bad. Like, people say some of the dumbest shit when it comes to relating to Trump. Like, even whether it was the Congressional Black Caucus didn't want to meet with him, and then y'all are mad because stuff ain't happening. Like, it makes no sense when the man has shown clearly time and time again that he's willing to sit down, he's willing to try to do something, he's willing to try to work with people. But because of the media or the perception or anything that goes with it, that a lot of these entertainers continue to perpetuate, black folks think he's this racist. They don't even want to talk to him. So it's like, how do you ever expect to fix anything if you're not even willing to sit down, right? And have a conversation? But that's the problem. Like, niggas want to be heard, but don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, that's most people's problem. But like, how do you expect to get something done? Okay, hey, well, this is what we want to do. Okay, well, this is what we can and can't do. Or this is the situation or whatever. It's like, we don't even want to entertain. Just don't even talk to him. But let's call him a racist. Let's tell him he's stupid and he's an idiot and he's drinking bleach or some shit. Like, it's crazy, man. And here's the wildest part about it is, like, the media has won again. The media got you niggas so riled up. Like, we were talking about black women and the word submit, but niggas, period. Niggas, not black people, niggas. There's a lot of niggas in the black people camp, in the black camp, but get triggered by the word Trump. You say the word Trump, the fucking sensibility meter, the switch just cuts off, blows a fuse, and then it's like the same situation. Don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Don't want to hear anything of relevance. Like, hey, well, tell me something he's done good. Well, First Step Act was a good deal. Give money. And it's just like, it's something. It's always something. It's always something. Well, he didn't hear somebody's plan, or he didn't listen to this other. Okay, well, when he did try to, you cancel him. Like, it's like, I don't know, bro. Like, again, and I get frustrated because at this point, like, I don't know. It's like you would think that people realize how dumb they look, how dumb they sound, but instead, more and more people are doubling down, tripling down, and more and more people are signing on to this ignorance. Again, like I said, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump hater. I'm a motherfucker living in this country who wants the best possible outcome for myself as a black man in this country with a black family. Like, so yeah, I want to entertain what fucking Ice Cube's talking about, whether the Democrats get it or the fucking Republicans get it. But the thing, like I was saying, is that Ice Cube didn't endorse anybody. You know what I'm saying? Didn't endorse anyone. He said, I have these niggas voting Democrat for the next 200 years, right on schedule. Exactly. And so niggas out here pulling up old tweets of Ice Cube, where he said, I'll never endorse this president. He didn't. He put it out there. Both parties contacted him. One party listened. He didn't say, man, I rock with Trump because of this. Now Trump's the motherfucking man. And he didn't put a fucking MAGA hat on. That was Photoshop if you saw the thumbnail. Like, so this is what I'm baffled by how people respond like this. And it just shows me it's not Ice Cube. He didn't do anything wrong. He came up with a plan. Like, he put his, I won't say necessarily put your money where your mouth is, but he took the time and effort to say, hey, you know what? I'm not just about to talk. This is what I think, we need, at least put it in writing. Most people won't do that. So to vilify him for nothing, people are vilifying him for the fact that the party that they've signed on with is continuing to show them exactly who you are. And they don't give a shit. They're not going to do anything for you. What incentive do they have to listen to fucking Ice Cube after the fucking election? None. Kamala Harris probably used to listen to Ice Cube while she was listening to Tupac, smoking weed, and talking about West Side Connect, she walking all in her dorm room and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she can't listen to the man now. She can't hear the man out now to see what he wants to say, to help black people, since she's so black now. She's rocking Timberlands and fucking nappy-headed coats and shit. Like, come on, you don't get the fuck up out of here. I don't know. But another thing, and then I want to get your thoughts on this, right? Because this is what baffles me, is that Ice Cube had an interview scheduled for CNN today, right? Mm-hmm. Especially with all this new news coming out, or with this information coming out, especially with it being a hot topic, you would think that media wants to grab onto this, but yet CNN canceled the interview. Why? Why would they do that? Why do you think they would do such a thing?
Well, I think they doing it just so we could continue to look bad. with our crazy thoughts. But before I continue, I want to respond to the Dirty South Scout, excuse me. He said, "Why did it take you so long to do this, though?" Well, here's the thing. You see why it took so long for him to do this. You see why it takes so long for a lot of black celebrities, a lot of black people, period, to do certain things. Look at the outcome he's getting. Look at the backlash he's getting. He didn't do anything. All he did was present a solution or some information, well, however you want to put it, to somebody, to two sensitive parties. I put it like that, and one took it. Now, if it was the Democrats who would have took it, y'all would have said, put it like this: if it wasn't Trump that took it, y'all would have said it's okay. We understand Ice Cube got our back. But since it's Trump, and like I just said, if a black person meets up with Trump, here we go. Like people did with Kanye, called him a sellout, called him all kinds of names and whatever else. Like it's just one of those things to where when you do something, somebody always got something negative to say when you're not doing something bad. You're doing something that potentially could help you in your future, could help your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, on and on and on. But you're only looking at it from one perspective, one view. Like I said earlier, I didn't even know what happened. Honcho sent me the thing. He said, "This is what we're going to be talking about today." I looked it up. First thing I did, I read it. I didn't jump to conclusions or nothing. I read it. And that's what I think that we don't do a lot of as black people. We don't take the time to sit back and understand. We just see and then jump to conclusions right away without even trying to understand what it is. And that makes no sense to me. So back to what you were saying about the media is not putting it out there. Oh, the media is going to let us look stupid. That's what my take on it is. The media is just saying, "Oh, okay, this is how. Okay, cool. Let them." You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like I said, if y'all take the time right now when this stream is over, go back and read what it was that did. I bet you a lot of y'all change y'all opinions. I'm willing to bet that.
It's like Kanye not as smart as Q. But here's my thing: even with Kanye, when he went out there, what was he talking about when he talked to Trump? Trying to get jobs in Chicago, trying to get people freed. What he's talking about, bringing manufacturing back, things like that. And like I say, it just baffles me because niggas love to sit here and say Trump don't like black people. Oh, you know what I mean? And every time he does or tries to, because I remember even with the NFL, he said, "Hey, you guys, send me some names, send me a list, give me some information." All of the guys when they were first kneeling and everything. How many of them went to go meet with him? None. Nobody. Nobody sent a list. Nobody said, "Hey, these are the names that we're fighting for." Nobody said, "Hey, this is the problems that we're having." They just, "Nah, we don't like you." You know what I'm saying? Like, you're never going to get anywhere because you're mad because you think somebody called you a name that they didn't. Because somebody lied to you because you want to believe so much instead of actually doing your due diligence and the research for yourself. You want to respond to everything emotionally. Or because I don't want to look bad to other niggas who ain't doing shit themselves because I don't want them to judge me and think what about me? Absolutely nothing. Because they're not getting shit done. So people don't want the optics. Just like Jay-Z told Meek Mill, "Don't go meet with him." None of the NFL players. Like, anytime somebody comes up into a situation where they're to meet with the president, like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. If you do it, you a sellout. Then in the same breath, he don't care about it. He don't give a fuck. It's like, I don't understand, bro. Like, I don't understand. But then we'll turn around. And again, this ain't Obama hate, Trump love. It's just like, these are things that we do. These are facts. Like, you can't sit here and say anything that Obama really did for you other than, maybe a couple niggas got some Obama phones. And sit here and say, "Oh, he was the greatest black president. He did all this." Like, niggas will sit here and holler about fucking Clinton and Hillary, all this. Like, when he locked all the niggas up. Like, your uncle still locked up because of Clinton. You know what I'm saying? But that nigga can play the saxophone. You know what I'm saying? That nigga smokes a little weed. He ain't in hell, but he smokes a little weed. He can play the saxophone. I bet he'd be cool to hang out with on a Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, our priorities are so fucked up. The shit we value is so fucked up that when somebody has a plan in place or even an idea in place to benefit you because we don't like what we perceive about this person, whether it's true or not, because they're not saying, hey, black people are the world's greatest thing, even though Trump had came out and said, you know, that this country was built on the backs of black people. He told y'all everything y'all wanted to hear, but because he said it, it didn't sound good enough, right? All the shit black people have complained about saying Trump don't say this, he didn't condemn the white people. Absolutely did. Multiple times, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want him to do it again in the middle of a debate, I guess, whatever. But it's like all these things he said, again, not an apology, not a Trump, it's just like the lies and the nonsense, because when you continue to listen to this misinformation, it alters the way that you process the real, true information. It alters the way you think about things, the way you see these people, and whether or not they have your best intentions at hand. And that's what happened is more people care about the optics. More people care about the fact that Joe Biden would do a goofy-ass interview with Cardi B, but can't listen to Ice Cube or don't want to hear nothing what Ice Cube got to talk about. You listen to this fucking, oops, I tweeted my titty out to the world, ass goofball. You know what I'm saying? But not Mr. Bow Down when you come to my town. But Biden put an ad with ours and Dennis working together. I don't care about Biden's ad. Biden's ads are a waste of money. But it's just like, we'll give credit where credit ain't due. And then because a person is, like I say, we don't believe something, or we believe some bullshit somebody said about them, even with no factual backing. We'll just undermine everything that they've done that's been way more beneficial than others. But appreciate the love, King Josh. I appreciate the love, Strong and Grand. I don't know, man. Like that's why I'm baffled. And I mean, also earlier too, like Rob said, that's been my thing. What has been the Democratic plan? That's what I would like to know, because Biden says he has a plan, right? And the one I saw, you know, he says the plan for black people. The one I saw was kind of deceptive, because he would use statistics referring to black people in the situation, the current situation of blacks in America today. But then when he would talk about his solution to said problem, the terminology changed from black Americans or African Americans to people of color. You know what I mean? And again, so does everybody, I don't know, need something? Who knows? But don't call it a plan for black Americans and then make it this all-encompassing thing that's for everybody. I want to say this is my plan for all Americans. This is my plan for America. I don't have a plan specifically for black people. It is what it is. I don't admit that. Say that. Don't say, oh, I got a plan and you guys are going to see it. Or say, I got a plan for you guys. Go look on the plan. And then use this fucking deceptive wording, because, again, here's the deal. Like, these people know most of y'all niggas is goofy and dumb and are easily manipulated, right? And so they use these words. They do things in such a slick fashion. Look, man, I don't know what it used to be when y'all were younger, but y'all know we have the state mandated tests, and I don't know where y'all from in the country or whatever. But I remember on the writing portion, like, that would always be the things. They reword the sentences just a certain way to where it would be incorrect. You know, if you had like the little multiple choice or whatever it may be, and you'd have two or three of them that would be kind of the same, but the wording would be just off to where it's not actually saying the same thing as it was in the paragraph or whatever above. That's basically what Joe Biden's plan is. You know what I'm saying? It's crafty wording, basically saying that it means nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it is what it is. Poor kids are just as talented as white kids. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like, y'all should know exactly what's going on, but yet motherfuckers refuse to believe it because Biden said it, right? But I guess niggas relate to Biden, right? We relate to Biden. We all got a dope fiend in the family. You know what I'm saying? And so, maybe that's what makes him relatable to black folks. You know, he got Hunter out there tripping on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just can't get right. But we all got a dope fiend in the family. Maybe that's what it is. But like I said, I don't want to make this a political. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ms. Mount.
Oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm saying I don't want to make it solely. Oh, look who showed up now, Bladylicious. Yeah, who is that? Anyway, but like I said, not to even make it all political. It's more about black people and how they perceive information, because it's not going to stop here. You know what I'm saying? It's going to continue on. And again, it's almost embarrassing how simple it is, right? Because
Yes.
to get the black vote,
Yes.
all you got to do is say, hey, black people got something for you, and you ain't got to have nothing for them. And you got the vote. But if you don't say, hey, if I say, hey, man, look, I'm trying to create a situation where you can look after yourself and your family for the foreseeable future, but you're going to have to do a little work to get there. Oh, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Or because they didn't say black people in the thing and give you that specific, that specific alert, hey, they don't care about me. Don't give a, it's just like, man, it's fucking stupid. And it blows my mind because, after so many decades, you would think people would start waking up. But, like I say, the media, the political parties, whichever they may be, have been doing a good enough job at getting the results that they want. So it is what it is. And I agree, Rob. Like I said, honestly, and again, the reason why I said again why I like Trump, because again, it forced a lot of black people to say, okay, well, ain't nobody coming to save us. Let's get our shit together. Even though Trump did do more for you than these other presidents, but the perception started to stimulate a lot of people because they didn't feel like, all right, that helping hand was going to come and look out for me. So I got to make something shake. So, it is what it is.
I also look at it like this here too. I think people do, like you just said, people have this perception of you. For example, like what's his name in the NBA? Well, it used to be Ron Artest. Ron Artest.
Mm-hmm.
People had this perception of him as saying he's a dirty player. All he do is fight, and he should be kicked out the league, be sued, all that good stuff. Even stuff like that. Just because there was that fight that he had against the Indiana Pacers, and it was the Detroit Pistons, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And they just looked at it like, oh, he's a thug, he shouldn't be playing. Not real paying attention that this man didn't do anything. He was laying on the scores table. Somebody threw a drink at him, and they was already talking about his daughter who was on her deathbed at the time. I don't know if she survived or not, but at that time it was on her deathbed, so he's already emotional about that. And you disrespecting him when he ain't did nothing. He was laying there chilling, watching everybody else go at it. So then, yeah, of course he's gonna act a certain way. That's how people looking at this situation here. I bring that up to try to say that you got this perception of Donald Trump. Now, do I like Donald Trump? I'm gonna be honest, say no. But I will say this here: whenever I done my taxes the last few years, I finally getting the damn refund. So I'm looking at like there is some benefits. You know what I'm saying? There are some things that he has done, whether you like the man or not. And I think people need to stop using their perception of people and blinding themselves with that instead of going into figuring out what it is that's going on, like with this whole situation here. And like you said, I'm not really trying to bring it into politics. I'm just bringing it up because these are the two situations, excuse me, which is Ice Cube and the Trump administration. All he did was say, look, I got a plan. Either you're going to take it or you're going to take it, with whoever wins. This person said, okay, let me focus on this first and I get back to you. This person say, oh, come here, let me see what that is. So, of course, people are going to say, oh, well, wait a minute. They just automatically got this perception and they just automatically jump to conclusions, just automatically being dramatic about everything that's going on when all it takes is for a few seconds to read, to listen, to try to understand. And all this negative energy wouldn't even came up, wouldn't have even happened, is what I'm trying to say. So I just look at it like, if we just stop this nonsense and take our time and try to understand what it is that we don't understand, instead of fearing what we don't understand, instead of attacking what it is we don't understand, this world would be a better place.
Correct. And that's like I say, that's part of the problem, and that's the reason we have the den. Because people who may see things in a different perspective, they are allowed to vent and express themselves, and it's always good. Somebody may see it differently. Somebody may feel like Ice Cube sold out in here. and I would definitely love to know why they feel that way. Lady, listen, shut your ass up and get up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got to hear all that nonsense to you on too late for me. You like a time zone ahead of me, so your ass should have been up. Sleeping all late and shit. See, that's the problem. You on color people time. The only white person I know on color people time is Lady Listen. Goddamn. You've been hanging around them niggas too long. But James, I feel you though, and I agree, and that's part of my thing, man. Like, you know, who was it? The guy that just got shot. You know, and people made fun of him because he put a post up saying that, and this is black people. He put a post up saying, hey, you know what? My experiences hadn't been like that. You know, one, you should be happy, right? Because we swear up and down every day that niggas are getting gunned down in the streets for going out and checking their mail. You feel me? Niggas is getting gunned down for tying their shoes. You know, you swear up and down. You breathe to it. The laws is killing you, right? But, you know, the situation that happened with this man was unfortunate. I need to follow up to see if, you know, any more details have been released or camera or anything. But the man gets shot. I think in June he put up something basically saying, you know, it didn't seem like it was pro-police. It didn't really seem, it wasn't anti-police. And all he did was just basically say, you know, this town has even been considered a racist place. I haven't had issues here. They've let me make it, et cetera, et cetera. People came out and got mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Because he expressed his feelings. Like, I haven't always been on the favorable side of it, but for the most part, I won't say that the interactions that I've had with law enforcement were life-threatening. It's been a couple of them, so I'm not going to say that they're not, but I'm not going to sit here and blame every fucking cop for every fucking thing that goes wrong. Because then, when you have a person who says, well, niggas like that, you can't get mad at that because they're generalized just like you generalize. You know what I'm saying? But with the dude, he was saying, you know, he viewed it the same way as Lil Wayne did. Lil Wayne's life was saved by a white cop when he was young. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he said, fuck the police 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times in songs over and over. When he's saying it, I'm pretty sure he's not referencing that one individual cop or whatever. It's part of his raps or whatever. But it is what it is. Like, we got to stop taking shit, like, personally. When it's not a person, like something that should have no emotional attachment to it whatsoever, like we put emotions into, and the shit makes no fucking sense. Like, instead of saying, okay, well, hey, well, Q put out a plan. There shouldn't be anything emotional about that, unless you hate Ice Cube or he plagiarized you or something. Like, that shouldn't be an emotional response. Both parties who are in contention for the presidency right now, you know, contacted him about it. One of them did something and took some advice. One of them didn't. You just happen to be mad because, again, like I said, it was the one that you wish didn't. So you should be mad at them. Like, or you should maybe say, okay, well, hey, this is another sign showing me that obviously they don't give a fuck. The policies that they're putting out may benefit me in this one area, but it hurts me in these 10 areas. You know, maybe I need to think a little bit differently about my approach or something. Instead of getting emotional and blaming, getting mad at Trump and Ice Cube for doing nothing, for like trying to benefit you. That makes no damn sense, you know. But here we are, and this is where we're at right now. But like I say, it's not just politics. It's with everything. Everybody's upset. Everybody's mad with everybody. And I don't got the answers other than, you know, focus on what you can do for yourself. Yeah. Absolutely, I agree, Aaron. Like they bring him on, they make sure everything they paint him in a negative light. Everything he does he do some goofy shit? Yeah, absolutely. And Trump has done some real goofy ass shit. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say everything he's done is just super Trump. Like, Trump has done some goofy ass shit, said some goofy ass things. You know, had some little weird ass photo ops. But do I give a fuck about any of that? No, I don't care, because the fucking surface level shit means nothing to me. The symbolic shit don't mean shit to me. So, you know, that's for whoever that impacts. So, I mean, again, that's cool if that sways you this way or that way, but in reality, it's irrelevant. But I don't know, man. Like I said, it's blowing my mind how people respond to this shit. It's blowing my mind how people act in a situation where, either way it goes, you know, you're somebody's trying to benefit you, and you're mad about the shit. So, like I said,
I look at it like this, man. I've always been taught it takes more energy to get upset and get mad than to just sit back and try to understand, try to read or listen or whatever the case is at the time. Which, that is a true statement. That goes for anything. You know what I'm saying? I even have these discussions with my own family. I say it all the time, especially, since I have a lot of sisters. I say it all the time. All you have to do, I said, start getting upset, prove me wrong. In this case, instead of getting upset, why don't you just read and try to figure out what happened? If Ice Cube said this is what he did, I can only take him for his word. I wasn't standing right there next to him. So I can only take him for his word. If Ice Cube said this is what I did, well, the one that we don't like, listen to me. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Why you mad at him? Like Honcho just said, you should be mad at the one that you like for not even trying to listen to him. The one that you don't like is who listened. So now you're mad at the man for trying to put a plan together to help out black people. Now, whether that plan really helps you per se or not, that's a whole nother ball game. But he came up with something and said, okay, this is what I want to do. And that is a funny ass mic drop.
And appreciate the love, James.
But all I'm saying is this here, man. All it takes is just for you to just to sit back, stop getting so emotional, stop being so dramatic, and try to understand what happened. Like I said before, and I'm gonna repeat it again. All people saw was a black man with Donald Trump. That's all they saw, and then they quickly jumped to conclusion. That's it. And I think that is the wrong thing to do. That's the wrong thing to do. Because at the end of the day, it ain't gonna do nothing but hurt you and yours. Why Ice Cube is saying, okay, well, this is a plan. People like me and Hunter, we're gonna listen and we're gonna say, okay, yeah, let's try to go forward with this plan. And then you're gonna be wondering why you still stuck over there on the sideline while we over here trying to succeed. That's all I'm saying.
A little bit. Me, I got you prepaid, absolutely. And appreciate the love, James and King Jaja. Yeah, politicians work together, but we bad at keep. That's what I'm saying. Like all the nonsense, like the misguided anger. You know, we don't want to be mad at. We don't want to give the energy to where it needs to go. We're gonna blame Q. You know what I'm saying? Now what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna stop listening to fuck the police? You know what I'm saying? Like what y'all gonna do? Like y'all niggas in a conundrum now. I was gonna say fuck the police, but Cube said that he Donald Trump listened to him one time, so he's a bad guy. Like you niggas is worried about the most irrelevant shit. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like we are our own worst problem. I hate to say it because we're focusing on the most frivolous aspect of this whole thing. Like we're focusing more on as a group, and I'm not saying just us here and then, but we're focusing more as a group on the fact of who is trying to implement the plan instead of what the plan entails. Like what is the platinum plan? And then it's super funny. Cause then I heard niggas start capping, it's called a platinum plan. Oh, that sound like some old ghetto shit. But like, nigga, y'all niggas eat rap cookies, nigga. There's some shit called rap snacks. That's what the shit is called, like the most generic ass, corny ass name ever called, rap snacks. That sound like some shit out of fucking Bebe's Kids or some goofy ass movie. Like, movies they make like goofy brands, just, some old shit in the movie. Oh, it's like a block. That's what the shit sounds like. And niggas eat this shit. You got Migos and I guess Lil Yachty might be some hot Cheetos. So I don't know how it works, but I seen the Migos on one. But it's like, so you mad, you gonna cap on a platinum. The reason why niggas call this shit such dumbass shit and such goofy shit is because niggas love these goofy ass fucking names. You know what I'm saying? Like this fucking, it's this platinum, club platinum. You know what I'm saying? On some old off the wall ass shit. Motherfuckers love that shit. So that's why people name shit like that. Like that doesn't deter from what the plan entails. You don't like the name. You know what I'm saying? You said rap snack, be gonna start that shit. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. It's just it's I don't know, man. Like again, like I said, we rather joke about all the nonsense around it than the substance that it entails, and that's why we're gonna continue to lose. That's why we're gonna continue to do.
I think the only way to solve this, man, is that the people who's having a problem with this. I think my little girl's coming down here.
Okay.
I want to make sure. Okay. I think the only reason why people have a problem with it is because they only use their brain. And the only way to the only way to solve it, is to use your brain. Is to get out of your comfort zone into blaming everybody for everything. And that will solve a whole lot of issues right there. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, no height, I don't live in a ski lodge. You know, black people don't go up in no ski lodge. What's wrong with you? So, keep my mind off. All I can say is this here. If you want to extend that mind frame, that's your business. I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you feel like that you want to change some things, then I think the best way to do that is to educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? The mind is a terrible thing to waste. I've heard that damn saying since I was like 5 years old, probably sooner, but 5 years old. You could do it. You just don't want to. So with all that being said, just be you. That's all I'm gonna say. While you over there mad about the world, I'm gonna try to be successful in this world.
Yeah.
I know. I got one more thing because I see you put that picture on the screen.
Yes.
Did you see the one that Dennis Rodman had?
Mm-mm.
That had, it don't say "Make America Great Again." It say "Make Basketball Great Again."
Yeah, that's definitely.
And because it looks like that "Make America Great Again," that hat, a lot of people jumped down his throat without even reading it. Dennis Rodman didn't say nothing. All he did was he took the hat off, he pointed at it, looked at it like that, put it back on. He didn't even say a word. It literally says "Make basketball great again." But because you didn't take the time to read it, you jumped to conclusions and want to hate on Dennis Rodman.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Just because instead of what it actually is. He's talking about basketball. He's talking about how the game ain't what we used to be, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And that's just proof of what I was talking about. If y'all go look, y'all probably seen it before. I don't know if y'all have or not. But Dennis Rodman be wearing those hats that look like the Make America Great Again hat, but it says basketball instead of America. And people just jump down his throat. I was like, really? Wow. I literally sat there and read it. It's only 4 damn words. Make basketball great again. And you couldn't take time to read 4 words. Wow. That's just proof right there what I be saying.
I agree. And I can't put it on mute because then I miss certain things. But yes. Awesome. Okay. But yeah, and that's the thing. Like people I talked to the other day about people wake up looking to be angry. People wake up wanting to have some type of trauma or some type of distress so that way they can reaffirm that life is terrible, life is miserable, it's the worst place on earth. So they go out and they seek these things. And again, if you're looking at a country of damn near 350, 400 million people, you're going to find it. You're going to be able to find an instance of whatever the fuck you're looking for. I mean, when you're talking about all kind of different races, cultures, backgrounds, economic class, and I mean, just all lumped around each other, on top of each other. Then again, like I said, you're going to find instances where you can prove something you said happened. I mean, this is how it works. But, again, instead of doing that, people need to kind of alter. They need to say, okay, well, let me try to understand what this person said. Where are they coming from? But again, a lot of people don't want to be understanding. It's either my way or the highway. I'm not trying to even understand or interpret, like I was saying earlier, like, you say the word Trump, you say certain words to people, everything else shuts down. And then it's just almost like la, 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 na, 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 boo, boo. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to hear shit. There's no discussion. You can't have a real back and forth after that because, the other party's not participating. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We're talking about Kroger doesn't sell rap snacks. That is a fact. Kroger is too classy for rap snacks. And I prefer to call it Kroger's to let you know that I still got some ghetto in me. I go to Kroger's, not Kroger. All right. But
I just put a picture of that in the Discord if you want to see what I was talking about.
Yes. Definitely got to add that S. Here folks had the nerve to rip Kroger. Oh man, look. Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to do. It's always HEB gang first, and then but Kroger's do come in handy when you can't find a local hose everywhere boy. Then you go to You go to Kroger's, right? On the side. But, okay. And but yeah, let me pull that. And again, I'm glad you mentioned the Discord, because if you're not a part of the Discord, you're missing out on some of the greatest conversations. Again, the Den is the best conversation on the internet, but it doesn't just stop here on the channel. It also takes place in the Discord. So make sure that you are a part of that conversation, because boy, it's different. There's definitely some different stuff going on inside the Discord conversation. With 35 deep, 21 likes. Hit that like button. The like button is free. Well, Mr. Man, before we get ready to kind of switch it over here, start taking a couple of calls, there's something that maybe we didn't get a chance to speak on, we get to touch on regarding the Ice Cube situation, or anything in relation to that you may want to mention?
No, I think we mentioned everything, but all I'm gonna just say is this. I'm gonna just add on to just say, as a people, I think we need to start jumping to conclusions and try to understand more, and that will make us to start being a better people on this earth, in this country. All I have to say.
I agree. And I think, again, like I say, we as a people, but shit, if we as a people can't get it right, as an individual. All right, I got you here. I'm laughing because I'm on the thing. Let me see me open it up. I'll save it and put it on the screen. All right. And give me just one moment here. I'll drop this. Look, I'll drop it in while we actually got people in here before the end of the stream, so y'all can have the link to the Discord. And let me close all that shit out and quit. All right. So y'all give me just one moment here as I get this together, and I'll put this up in the background for y'all to enjoy while we swap it up for just a moment. Ramen always looks crazy no matter what. Like always, no matter what. You just look crazy as shit. There you go for y'all if y'all can't see it. Well, it's kind of weird because I'm in the box right here. So, but give me just a moment, y'all. Like I said, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna take some calls, and again, Mr. Manabot, thank you for joining me today. As always, another great conversation. All the folks in the stream, y'all say adios to Mr. Man Up, and let him know you appreciate him stopping by again. Give me one moment, and let me hit the hootie hoo here. Baby. Y'all ain't want to hear that. But give me just one moment. I think, actually, you know what? Am I ahead of the game? Am I on time? God damn it, I already got the denline ready. I'm so proud of myself. Let's get that shit going. 855-948. Actually, I don't have the denline going, but I got it. I'm already logged in. So I guess that's a starting point, right? Like, you got to wait like 2 minutes. And you would. Why do you do this to me every time? You say my microphone's not detected. I literally just fucking gave you the juice, and now you're going to do the same thing and say, oh, it worked this time, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, exactly. All right, so now the line is open. I want to hear what y'all have to think, man, when it comes to this Ice Cube situation. Why the fuck is this shit doing this? I don't know, it's always something, bro. But I want to know your thoughts when it comes to this Ice Cube situation. Do you feel like he did the right thing? Do you feel like he sold out? Do you feel like, I don't know, whatever you may feel. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this afternoon?
Hey, my honcho, how you doing?
Miss Grace, the lovely Miss Grace. How are you this afternoon, Miss Grace?
I'm doing well. But let me tell you, our ancestors must be rolling around in their graves like rotisserie chickens. Seriously, at how dumb our people have become. How in the freak are we still voting for the oppressor? How are we still voting for the party that wanted to keep slavery, started the KKK, started the Jim Crow, and now today they're the KKK, but now they're Antifa dressed in black? destroying our neighborhoods. You see them. You see even Black Lives Matter. They say 70% of them are white, and they're burning down our communities, destroying everything about us, and then they're going back to their nice little neighborhoods. How dumb are we? I'm embarrassed to be black. Now I do surveys. When they ask my race, I put other. I ain't admitting to being black. I'm really sick of it. How dumb are we? Do people not know or do their research? It was Donald Trump that paid for Jesse Jackson when Jesse Jackson couldn't afford to run for the presidency. Donald Trump paid for it. He gave like $500 billion to our black community so that we can build it up. He just gave us. He gave more to historically black colleges than any other president, including the black president, and so that they don't have to keep going every year and begging and groveling, he made it for 10 years straight.
Correct.
You know what I mean? He released thousands of our people that were jailed behind that 94 crime bill of that fucking Biden guy, and that Kamala Harris. He let our people out, and our people are mad. Our people are mad because it was the lowest unemployment rate for black people and minorities. And our people are mad at that. They're not happy with that. But they still want to vote for that senile bastard, that wrote that crime bill. You know what I mean? They still want to vote for that man that called us predators. And he referred to us, he didn't want his white kids going to integrated school with our black kids because it would be like a jungle. He affiliates us with roaches. This is all recent.
Exactly.
And he said black kids are stupid, and if we don't vote for him, we ain't black with our dumbasses. I can't even talk to our black people. You mean serious? I'm telling you, when I go to my hairdressers, she has that fucking view on, she gets less of a tip. Because she's watching that ugly-ass Whoopi Goldberg, and those bitches. You know what I mean? And so I can't even stand it. I have to keep my mouth shut listening to those comments because I don't want her to sit there and pour freaking acid on my head. I'm really sick of it, Honcho. I never thought that I would live long enough to see our people continue to be this dumb. When I ask our black people or anybody, what has Obama done and what has Joe Biden done? Joe Biden has been in politics for 47 goddamn years, and he ain't done shit. Why the fuck would you sit up there and vote for him now? What's he going to do? And he's all senile and doesn't even know where he's at. And then when they found his raggedy-ass son's, that laptop with all that information on it, now mainstream media is hiding it. What's going on here? If we don't win this presidency, it's over for us because the Democrats don't want the immigrants just over here for their votes. They want them for the count because they want to include them in the census, and that's what they've been fighting for because, they get more representatives dependent on the population of each state. So they want them. They don't care about their votes, not so much. They really do want, them counted in the census. And then that freaking raggedy-ass drunk bitch Nancy Pelosi, she doesn't want, Trump put it up there. He said, look, I'm ready to give our American people each another $1,200 right now if the Democrats would take that bullshit, everything that they want, everything for immigrants and illegals. She won't go for it. And our people aren't mad about that. I would like another $1,200. And they're mad at Trump. Trump put it out there. He's putting it out there, but they're totally ignoring things. And like when you just did that little demonstration that with our people, if you mention Trump's name, they go, like they're autistic or some bullshit. Like they're retarded or something. They start going all crazy in things and not thinking. And even when Man Up just said about the red hat, they don't even want to take the time out to read the hat just because it's red. I'll bet your bitch asses will be sitting there celebrating Christmas when Santa Claus is coming down your chimney in red. I bet your dumb ass will be trying to catch a lover, with that red Valentine's Day hat, though, right? I can't even stand it anymore. I can't. And, Honcho, I'm going to tell you something. I tune into the Den because this is where I get to hear from more intelligent people because I live in this raggedy-ass blue state of Massachusetts with these retarded liberals You know what I mean? And I can't even interact with them. I'm just not, if they said something that was intelligent and they can explain and give me a reason why, then I would say, okay. But most of them cannot. They're dumb. There's only a few Democrats that I've run into, or liberals, where they can explain something to me that makes sense. And there's only a couple, and there's one that I love here in the den. Only one. And I told her the other day, you're the only one. She's just stubborn. You know what I mean? But if she come up to sit there and read and everything and find out everything, she's just being stubborn because she's smart as hell. But the other ones, they're dumb as fuck. And I've been saying it for years, even working for the school department. I couldn't believe what was going on in the schools. Most of those assholes were dumb as hell, and most people are dumb as hell, and I still say that most people are full of shit. Mr. Keith says most people are nice. I used to think that way, but once Trump got in there, I saw all this evil and this hate. And when you let your hate override everything and you don't want to even try to reason or talk or listen or read, I mean, I could, and how retarded are you to run around and see anything with Trump and say, fuck Trump, fuck Trump? That's retarded. I couldn't, if anybody ran around and said, fuck Biden, that's dumb.
Correct.
And there's grown-ups doing it, not just kids. Grown-ups are running around, they see anything Trump, they're just yelling, fuck Trump. That is like they have Tourette syndrome or something.
All right.
They've gone straight retard, and it's sad. I'm going to tell you what. A liberal man better not ever try to talk to me. He better not ever try to talk to me. I'd rather be by myself. If a liberal man was the last man on this earth, I'll freaking hump a tree first. I'm sick of this bullshit. I cannot believe it. But that's all that I have to say, because I'm sitting here like scratching a hole in my head, like, how dumb are people, including my family. My family doesn't even talk to me, and I got kicked off the family. We have a Facebook page with family stuff. All of a sudden, I looked, I wasn't on there anymore, and I know why, and I don't care because it was boring anyway.
Oh, that's messed up, though.
I'm the one in the family that makes things happen and does everything for people. But I'm going to tell you what, you let one of those bastards die if something happened, I won't be there anymore either. You know what I mean? Because they didn't show their hand.
Yeah, that's crazy that they'll kick you out over, being a Trump supporter or being, more conservative.
Yeah, they're mad. They're mad. And notice, and the other thing, in the sports world, the ones that are really for Trump are those guys that are fighters and things. Mm-hmm. The master men. Mm-hmm. There's only been a couple, like The Rock, and then my dizzy cousin, that's boxer. I mean, he just hates Trump. But most of them are those fighting, macho, masculine kind of men, for the most part, that are for Trump, including, and I'm going to say it, the Proud Boys. I watched someone in here the other day talking about the Proud Boys. You know what I mean? He wouldn't denounce white supremacy. Why would he denounce them as white supremacists when the leader in Miami is a minority, is an Afro-Cuban? Some of them are black. They're Spanish. They're Asian. I mean, they're good old-fashioned macho men, the way men were when I was coming up, the way that we still want men to be. Who wants a little sissy guy wearing tight pants and all that other bullshit? You're putting on more makeup than you. You know what I mean? Those Proud Boys are chauvinist men. You know what I mean? There's only men, and I believe men should have their own club. You know what I mean? I went for years to a gym. You know, like 20 years to a gym that was all women, and we weren't gay. I didn't think we were anyway. Yeah, and every try to make it co-ed, we signed that little petition and shit. We didn't want guys in there. We didn't have to worry about, we got to exercise and do yoga without anybody looking at our butts. I hope nobody was looking at my butt because I would have beat her ass. Because I'm saying that bullshit. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So the Proud Boys are just masculine, strong, and that are chauvinists, and they believe that women should be women. They should be cooking and cleaning. You know what I mean? And they're out there, and they're the hunters, and they're the fighters, and they're the strong ones, and they're the leaders. That's the way I think that it should be. All of this crossing over bullshit that's gone on, it's a mess. It's a mess. So anybody thinks that the Proud Boys are white supremacists, they are not. Those are good old-fashioned men, the way men were when I was coming up. I'm glad I was born and grew up when I did, because I wouldn't want to be growing up at this.
Yes, it's tough. I mean, I feel sorry for the youth now, because not even so much because of the time, but just the lack of information that they have, even though they have more access to it. And so what I mean is, like, even with the Hunter Biden thing, like, we see all over the internet, they're suppressing this stuff. and they've grown up on the internet thinking everything that they see is true. So it's like it's more or it's easier to deceive the youth now than I think any generation that there's ever been. And so I think they're definitely going to fall for a lot of stuff, and it's not going to be good. And like I say, they're already trying to confuse with all the different gender things going on and all that other stuff. So I do feel sad for this current generation and the following.
Yeah, my granddaughter doesn't even mention anything because in the schools, and you see with these remote classrooms where the kids are learning on the computer, teachers are freaking out if they see a Trump flag in the background. Mm-hmm. How are you going to suspend the kid from home?
Yeah.
Because there's a Trump flag in the background, you dumbass. You know what I mean? But yeah, any little thing. Oh, there was a toy gun. There was a squirt gun back there, a big one. Yeah, it was plastic, purely plastic. Oh, we're because they don't think. They go one way or another. You know what I mean? They don't reason. They don't make any kind of sense or anything like that. And I can't deal with people like that. I'm sorry. I just, no, not sorry. I can't deal with that bullshit. But I'm sitting here looking. I see Heidi and Prepaid and Sarah, one of them laughing at me.
No, you've been on fire. This has been an excellent cause. It's going to be tough to follow this one up. So. Yeah,
well, you know what Mr. Keith got on here? You know what I mean? He said some dumb shit, and I said, Keith, shut up! Oh, my God, I'm going to get him. But I'm going to get off and let somebody else call her. Let my guy Prepaid.
Okay. Well, Ms. Grace, I appreciate you getting the party started today. It's going to be a good day. So you got it with a great call. All right, thank you for calling. Who wants to follow up? But man, look, I hope you got your fire retardant clothing on, because that was some heat right there. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this afternoon?
Man, it's Q, bro. It's Q. What's up?
Yay.
Yay! We be selling out. Hey, Honcho. We talked about this in Discord about a couple months ago. I said, bro, because I said, Honcho, man, when did Ice Cube become so politically, intelligent? And you were like, man, I never knew he was, in the politics like that. I said, well, that's crazy because, first and foremost, when celebrities get into politics, we already know where they're headed. Trump races, I mean, they did erase all Joe Biden history. He on the Senate floor calling black people niggers with the ER. White people, you can say it because your man said it. Talking about he don't want his kids growing up in a racist jungle. The nigga that voted against bus and integration, all that shit. They didn't erase all that shit because he cool with Barack. And let's not forget what he said about Barack. He said, I mean, you should support Barack Obama. He's a black man. He's real clean cut. He's real clean. He's really, really clean. Clean? What the fuck kind of word is that?
The nigga bathes. Gotta vote for him.
Nigga, did you just call us unsanitary, nigga? Did you just call me unsanitary? Bro, listen. This is the part where right now it's the pivotal part in the black community, in black society, in black politics. Black people, I've said this numerous times. Politics is quid pro quo. You do this for me, I'll do this for you. Your vote holds weight. The reason why I don't hold the weight anymore because you automatically give it away.
Correct.
Because you automatically give it away. I guarantee you, if you ever had sex with a woman, the best pussy you ever had is the one that made you wait for it. If she gonna just give it away that fast, it ain't gonna never hold no value to you. That's all Ice Cube has been saying. And the worst part about it is Ice Cube is giving y'all a very, very practical approach to it. He's simply telling you can't keep giving this vote away. This vote holds weight. Everything he's been talking about is what we've been trying to get black people to see for the longest. But what people haven't realized is black conservatives, black Republicans have said, you know what? The Democrats ain't even listening to us. So we got to start fucking with them. This nigga called the Democrats first and say, look, man, I just want to talk to y'all about y'all agenda for black America. Oh, no, we gonna hit you back after the election. He called the Republicans and immediately got a meeting with the Trump administration. Come on, man. Now, the first thing come to everybody's head should be, how is that possible? How can the people who pander to us, y'all will go out here and have niggas out here doing the stanky leg and talk about his lit, but when it's time for us to give you an agenda, you won't even meet with us? But the person who y'all swear is the most racist person ever, he willing to meet with motherfuckers? How that sound? You know what it sounds like? It sounds like 2016 when Donald Trump told you, What do you have to lose? If you got people sitting in prison, if you got family members, come down here to the White House. Come talk to me. Let's start prison reform. Let's get this thing done. And you know what nigga said? No, I ain't fucking with him. I ain't fucking with him. Leave Nana Linda in prison. Leave her ass in there. I'm gonna wait till Jay-Z and Meek Mill get prison reform together. That's what they did.
No.
That's what they did. Sad, bro. It's sad. Now the most fucked up part about it is for Ice Cube, bro, because he was under the impression that he made Friday, so niggas gonna love him forever.
Yeah.
He just found out a very hard lesson.
Damn, they canceled Friday. God damn.
They didn't cancel Ice Cube because what Ice Cube did was Ice Cube still off the Democratic plantation. See, what y'all don't realize is Democrats own you niggas. Y'all are their property. So anytime you have an idea where we don't agree with, anytime you do anything that's anything could be even associated with Republicans or with change, it's over with. See, as long as Ice Cube was talking about black power and black oppression, speak, Q, speak. When he started talking about black solutions, cancel this nigga. Get this nigga out of here. And the best part of what happened on Twitter when they canceled him, it was the most, it was so delicious, Honcho. I mean, it makes my mouth water. So delicious. All the white liberals was calling him coons.
Yes.
That's the most delicious part. Y'all have gotten to a point where y'all allow white people to call black people coons and Uncle Toms.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. You got the wokey wokes up here quoting Malcolm X. See, Malcolm X, he told us about niggas like Ice Cube. He told us. So what did Malcolm X tell you about the white liberal? Or did y'all not read the full book? Y'all act like y'all was doing what LeBron does. Y'all read the front of the book and that's it?
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand the way you niggas love quoting Malcolm X when it's convenient.
That's it.
I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Yeah, it
as long as a nigga doing something you like, as long as the nigga get out of line, y'all quote Malcolm X, nigga say, well shit, what about when this happened? I mean, Malcolm X say that, man. If he did say it, he didn't mean it like that. I read the book, man. The nigga ain't say it like that. He said a lot of shit, but he ain't saying it like that. What he said was, you know, you can be friends with the Republicans, but listen, man, don't ask me no questions. And Honcho, man, it's so crazy because all Ice Cube was trying to do is have the discussion. You feel me?
Correct.
I know niggas every day of their job hate their job. They hate their boss. They hate their co-workers. These are the same niggas that hate their wife, that hate their kids. But they'll go and do what they got to do. Now, Ice Cube was telling you he don't fuck with Republicans, and that's cool because what y'all haven't realized is Ice Cube has a type of money to where he ain't got anybody he don't like. He ain't got to fuck with.
Correct.
Regular motherfuckers like us, we the ones got to negotiate with niggas. He stuck his neck out to go negotiate on y'all behalf. Because truth be told, if I had to guess, I would say Ice Cube probably got probably close to $100 million. Easily. Because he produced movies and shit. When you got $100 million, rules don't apply to you, bro. So anything that he gets done that's positive is going to be to black people's benefit because none of this shit can bother him.
Oh, that man got 160.
I'll be there. This nigga got almost $200 million. 200 M's? Let me tell you something, y'all. Let me help y'all out real quick. If for some odd reason God bless me to see $200 million, I'm gonna be the most ignorant nigga of all time. Y'all ain't gonna. If I get on TV, I'm gonna say how much and embarrass all you niggas. Cause I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna have a suit. I'm gonna have a suit coat on, a dress shirt, a tie. I ain't gonna have on no pants. Just dick swinging. Just no pants. I'm gonna have on socks and shoes with no pants on. That's why I'm gonna walk around every day. You're just ignorant. I'm just ignorant like that. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it's gonna be. But when you have niggas sticking his neck out to help you out, you know what I'm saying? You cancel the man. But I'm telling y'all right now, October 15th, 2020, by January of 2021, Ice Cube is gonna have a sit down. He's gonna come out and tell everybody he voted for Trump. So he's gonna come out and tell y'all that y'all pushed him to this.
Yeah.
He didn't have a choice. This is what we doing, bro. This is what we do as black people. We get mad when Joe Biden said that Hispanics were diverse and niggas are not. Y'all got offended by it. But as soon as a nigga who's being diverse to try to do something different, get what y'all did. Y'all gang up in council. Nigga done call Ice Cube wife ugly. They said his kids ain't talented. They ugly too. I said, God damn.
That's fucked up.
bro, it's a wild thing, man. It's like kind of like Stockholm syndrome, you know what I'm saying, or like a battered wife type thing, you know what I'm saying? The Democratic Party done whooped our ass for so long to the point to where if anybody try to come help us out, niggas get shell shocked. Oh my God, let me get back to the plantation. Lord have mercy. I likes my government cheese. I likes my Section 8. I don't know what I do without my food stamps, Lord. Please give me I need my WIC. I need my WIC so I can feed my kids. How can I afford a $2 gallon of milk if I don't have my WICs, Lord? Embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing, bro. And it's so crazy because what this election is going to show y'all is this election is going to show y'all that social media is not real. Twitter is not real. These blue checkmark people is not real. These same people get paid to grip. They get paid to tell you that how racist Trump is. They get paid to tell you how you got to vote Democrat. And then they come to find out these niggas don't vote. If these niggas voted, you got 85 million people, 100, whatever amount of people on Twitter, 500 million people. If all them niggas who hate Trump so much, if they voted, how come you only gonna have what? If you had to guess what, 120 million people vote? How is that possible? How is that possible? Come on, man, wake up, wake up. And for the rest of you niggas, before I get out, let me tell you this right now, real quick. I don't care who you niggas vote for. You can write in a name much as I care. But one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to try to control your vote. I'm not going to vote shame you neither. Correct. That's the problem. If you did your research and you want to go write in Honcho or Den as who runs for president, damn, you have the right to do so. The most important thing is when the time comes for you to vote, get off your black ass, get off your white ass, get off your Hispanic ass and go vote. That's it. That's all that matters. Do whatever can help you and your family improve their quality of life. That's what this is all about.
Correct.
I'm going to look out for mine. I'm voting Trump, baby. I'm going to look out for my family. Ain't no question for me. My 401k looking healthy. I got to look out for mine.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to tell y'all, though, don't put me, y'all don't want me to be president. I'm locking all the niggas up. Ain't no love. God damn it. Skinny jeans on site, nigga. You look like, nah, nigga, you sagging in skinny jeans, you got to get locked up till you get your mind correct. I'm sitting straight to solitary. I'm just going to be all kind of new implementations of laws around here.
I like that. You know, Honcho, I like that a lot. You know who need to get locked up first with the skinny jeans?
What's that?
The fat niggas who wear the skinny jeans.
Oh.
The niggas who bad built. Oh, my God.
That shit is crazy. I
don't want to see no man belly button.
To be overlapping over the jeans and shit. Come on, man. You gotta do better.
Look, you know how you get ready to open that can of biscuits and they be starting to bust? It's like a leather can of biscuits. Get some clothes that fit you, man. I do not want to see the bottom of your tummy.
You feel me? This shit is not
terrible. Honcho, you got anything else for me, man?
Man, Mr. Prepaid, I believe that's. Actually, I do. certain gentlemen, and it's crazy because there's a story that for some reason certain people don't want to get out. How do you feel about people who don't pay their laptop repair bills? Well,
this is the thing. See, we already knew Hunter Biden was stole all that money, was smoking crack. We knew this. We knew this already. The news that came out a long time ago. What happened was, since Trump said it had to be a lie. Burisma holders were giving this man $50,000 a month for oil and gas. Hunter Biden has no oil and gas experience, y'all. A lot of y'all who are not familiar with this because y'all don't live in the South. Texas is a huge oil and gas state. Huge. One of the biggest, okay? If you don't have experience in oil and gas, you can't even get a job back to even get on the entry level. If you don't have any experience working in the plants, you can't even get in to be a dairy can, bro. That's how crazy this is. So when the news breaks, and y'all got to understand something also, the New York Post is the one who basically gave the documents from the laptop and smoking crack and all that shit. The New York Post is a liberal media outlet. They produced the documents because they had to. On top of it, Twitter and Facebook have all concealed and blocked off everything. This nigga is laid in the bed with a whole crack pipe in his mouth. Joe Biden already came by and said he told the dude, hey, look, man, either y'all fire this DA or we hold $1 billion from Ukraine. These niggas try to impeach Trump for something that Joe Biden is on record saying he did. When of y'all have opened your eyes up, man? It's kind of like, Honcho, if you think about it, it's kind of like Joe Biden is the racist that the media want Donald Trump to be.
Mm-hmm.
He's corrupt. He's racist. He got crackhead kids. No, it is mind-boggling to me. And he's been doing this shit for 47 fucking years. Did y'all see the article? Did y'all see the YouTube video I posted in the Discord yesterday? How this man been plagiarizing his whole goddamn career?
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Bro, this is who this is.
Yeah.
He just got to the point now. He the Muhammad Ali of politics now, so he can't even remember the lies now. So shit, it's to the point he got the shakes now. So now he done. And y'all still gonna run out and vote for this nigga? Nigga gonna tell me on the phone, man, Trump with this platinum plan, that ain't nothing but a whole bunch of that's bullshit. He ain't gonna get niggas no money. I say, cool, I believe you, bro. What is Joe Biden's plan? What he got? The titanium plan? Well, no, he don't need no plan. Well, I said, well, he been doing it for 47 years. When he gonna give you a plan? Give me the nigga who gave me a plan, the nigga who ain't give me nothing.
Exactly. But again, he hung out with Obama, so that's all the plan they need, right?
Obama was clean. He take baths.
That shit was wild.
He smell good. That's all he takes. But Obama is sanitary. Vote for him. He's a very clean black. He's a clean color. Is his exact words. He's a clean color.
Yeah.
Man, look here, bro. If y'all don't do nothing else, man, open your eyes. You ain't got to go whole tip. You ain't got to dive into it. You ain't got to read every goddamn political article. But goddamn, stop being so stupid, y'all. That's it for me. I'm gonna let John or Rob get in here, man, and or Dan the man get in this motherfucker. All right.
Already prepaid, man. As always, a great call, man. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. Take care.
All right, have a good one. And for those of you who have been asking, the pictures, these are Hunter Biden in the back. God damn, how long I'm trying to look the line. There we go. All right, there we go. What's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the den this afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's
Proud boy John, you white supremacist. How are you this afternoon, sir?
doing fantastic. I'd just like to start off and congratulate my two fellow Black Den folks, Miss Grace and Prepaid, two awesome calls back to back. It was an honor to listen to them. And now I'd like to say, Miss Grace, please get back in the kitchen and make Prepaid nice some steak and eggs. Thank you.
Good job. Okay. Barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. Apparently that's where the women belong. God, there y'all go. See, this is the toxicity that I love from the Den chat. But no, Mr. John, and I always love to hear your perspective. It's always very refreshing. So, Ice Cube, you ever listen to Ice Cube's music?
Yeah, back in the day, he made a couple of great songs.
Okay. Any particular song you like maybe more than others, or just kind of all about the same?
Natural Born Gangsters. That song, I gotta say, was a good day. No Vaseline. A bunch of songs when he was with NWA. Dope Man. After Police, even though I don't agree with the message. A bunch of songs. Okay.
I just had to clarify that first so that everybody knows that you got your ticket to the cookout. So John is official. y'all, so we don't get any crazy stuff in the chat as this call goes along. Y'all know he's official. So what were your thoughts, man? Ice Cube basically said, "Hey, man, I put it out here for everybody. Only one of them told me to wait. The other one told me, hey, you know what? Let's see what we can do," and actually implemented some of the things I suggested. What are your thoughts on that and the way people have responded to Ice Cube? I appreciate the love, Dre. Thank you, sir.
Okay, the way people have responded, I'm going to read a very famous old quote that just ages like fine wine. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Having learned that they are able to make a living out of their troubles, they have grown into the settled habit of advertising their wrongs, partly because they want sympathy and partly because it pays. Some of these people do not want the Negro to lose his grievances because they do not want to lose their jobs. That's Booker T. Washington.
Some things never change.
That was a good song, too. Something.
So, you know, and again, like I said, you know, it's funny because how things that were going on back then, especially dealing with black folks or Negroes back then, are still applying now, still applicable now. And it's like anytime something seemingly positive happens, because maybe it's not the person that they want, there's backlash, there's outrage. Do you think that there's a way to avoid this, or is this just kind of human nature?
It's human nature, but it's gonna have to play out its course. You know, I have seen over the last 15 years a difference in demographics in terms of how certain people think and what percentage of the groups think in a monolithic way. So I do see progress being made across the board. It's slow, but it's steady, and in my opinion, moving in the right direction. So I would say, you know, there hasn't been any war out there, whether it's been a physical or mental or financial war, where people weren't hurt between the beginning of the war and the end of the war. So, you know, this is just another war. It's ridiculous that all this man did, who, by the way, I don't even like him. Just throw it out there. I don't even like the guy. But I'll still defend someone if I feel that they're in the right or if they were done wrong. All this guy did was offer some advice to the Trump administration for something that he cares about, which in this case would be economic stimulus, particularly for the American black community. And you guys are just literally trying to rip apart his entire 50-something-year-old life. But when he was singing about dumb shit, you loved him. When he was behind the scenes, you loved him. When he was doing casting calls for that last popular movie about NWA, y'all just disregard the fact that his casting call said no dark skins, we're just looking for light-skinned women. That was all fine. But now that he says, let me help some black people, everyone wants to drag him because he did it for the wrong paymaster. You know, the same people that say the whole system is racist, it's systemic, it's white supremacy, all of a sudden want to turn around and say, no, this is the one, though. Well, it doesn't make any sense. It's either a system of white supremacy, it's either a system of systemic, you know, bad things, or it's not. Because one side of politics can't really operate without the other side, because the way Congress works is just supposed to get a certain amount of votes, and usually a portion of those votes have to cross over. Unless rare circumstances where you just have a totally packed Senate or House or Supreme Court, but usually throughout history it's not like that. You have a majority, but it's usually a small majority. So it just, people don't make any sense, and that goes back to what you said, is that people just, you know, think a certain way, they start screaming, they don't want to hear nothing. And, you know, you're so wrong for putting these pictures of this man up like that.
What? Oh.
It's so wrong. It's so wrong. You put a picture of the man with a fucking pipe in his mouth. You're so wrong.
I didn't take the picture. I didn't put the pipe there. All I'm saying is, hey, you know, I just got to provide some information I came across with the rest of the dead folk.
But I just feel like, you know, people don't want to educate themselves. You know, it's like, when it comes to politics, this is one of the few times where people don't want to hear the truth, where people don't want to sit down and have discussions. It's my way or the highway. And that's a problem. And I think because people are afraid of what freedom has in store for them, and they're afraid of failing at it, because then they can't sit here and use an excuse. So So, I mean, and people talking about, you mentioned about Malcolm X and how people are taking him out of context. I'm glad you mentioned that because I was looking at some tweets. I'm just like, you have no idea how he meant what he said and how it applies here. And more importantly, people don't even understand a lot of the intricate details of Malcolm X's life and what he was saying versus what he was doing and why. Malcolm X, during the summer of '64, Freedom Summer, when he was down where in Mississippi, which is what the whole Mississippi Burning movie was about, when those two Jewish kids and the black kid got killed because they were going door to door trying to register people at the local college to vote, to help for voting rights and stuff like that, and they got killed. He did an interview where he was saying that the president didn't do enough soon enough, and he was saying how he was always had worked with white people. Even when he was in the Nation of Islam, they were the ones who were giving him the information. He was working with the agents because they had asked him, like, oh, you don't like white people? And he was like, that's nonsense. I've been working with white people for a while. And he started talking about it. So this idea that you can't work with the quote-unquote opposite side, the enemy, to benefit is ridiculous. The same person that you're quoting as saying don't work with the other side is literally the person who worked with the other side. Before he started going, before he started preaching about let's work with white people, he was already working with white people. So to sit here and say that is ridiculous. Black businesses exist. I did a video the other day about Yelp saying they're going to slap racist things on it, on businesses. There's 2.6 million black businesses in America. That's 9.4% of the U.S. population, and that survey, the U.S. Census survey, and that was from 2015, so it's probably a little higher now. U.S. black population, depending on how you calculate it, is anywhere between 11 and 13%. So people, everyday people who are black are also business owners. So if you think that Ice Cube going to Donald Trump and saying, this is what I think you could do to make your plan better, is bad because it's Trump, is no different than him going to a Democrat and saying, this is what I think you can do better. Byron Allen, Robert F. Smith, Kanye, Jay-Z, these are all businessmen. These are all billionaires. They benefit from economic stimulus plans, and so does the black man and black woman who is a one-man shop plumber driving around house to house, or a woman who works for herself doing hair in her basement. They all fucking benefit from it. And all this man did was say, here's some advice. Now, Ice Cube also has this banking app that he's trying to push, just like Killer Mike. He also has some kind of like a networking app, I guess like a version of Facebook or something like that, for black people. So clearly, he's trying to help himself too, which shouldn't be a problem because A, black people want to see black people do well.
Correct.
B, he's a businessman, so why wouldn't he help himself? And C, white people politic for their benefit, so why shouldn't this black man named Ice Cube do the same thing?
Right.
So it's just ridiculous. People are afraid that they're going to lose. Just in general, people don't look at things for what they really are. They don't look at people as individuals. They just look at, I have a particular fight that I've already programmed in my mind, and I have to fight. It's just, I'm going to go back to, I think this is all because of the breakdown of the two-parent home. People don't understand there's consequences to running your mouth. People don't understand there's consequences to your actions. Hence, Antifa running around like fucking animals out there. People really need to go back to basics and understand that anybody can help you. If somebody hurts you 99 times, but they hurt you one time, yeah, they're not a good person because they hurt you 99 times. But don't be a fool and not take that one good thing and use it to your advantage.
Correct.
And that's what really smart people do. Really rich people do. They're usually not smart. but they're wise enough to know, I don't fucking know this, so I'm going to hire the best in the field to do it for me, and I'm going to make some money off of it.
Correct.
They let the richest people in the world, believe it or not, sometimes have the smallest egos. Because day-to-day folks are like, fuck that, I ain't doing that. But here's this man or woman who's a billionaire, who's extremely successful, and they can put their ego aside and say, I don't know shit about this, but you do, so I'm going to pay you a lot of money and you do it for me. Anyway, any questions? Do you want me to go anywhere with this?
I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Mr. Prepaid. How do you feel about people who don't pay their laptop repair bills?
Man, I think they got problems. I don't understand. You know what the irony of this all is? We couldn't get our hands on this. We couldn't see this information for years. But the man who owns the repair shop, and I'm not making this up, he is legally blind.
Wow.
The man who owns the repair shop is legally blind. He has to use some kind of special tool so he could do his job. I forgot what it was, some scientific shit.
Yeah.
And you drop off a computer with government secrets on it, government work, government emails. Are you fucking serious? And then on top of that, you slap on the View Foundation sticker on it just to scream out, look at me.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit. You know, I don't want to make fun of the guy's substance abuse because, you know, I don't really care about making fun of the guy personally. I care more about, you know, digging into the politics of things. But that's a real fucking crackhead move right there.
Yeah. That is definitely, if it's not crackhead, or it's very crackish. So,
And how do you let your son be in charge of such sensitive information, legal or illegal, knowing that he has a substance abuse problem and he's compromised?
Yes.
You know, giving him a job is one thing. Nepotism is always going to exist. But how do you allow him to have the key to all of this, for lack of a better word, valuable information that could destroy you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got a guy who has a drug problem, another guy who's seeming to be going a little bit senile. You know, maybe it's a bad combination of things going on here. I don't know.
And what I want to know is this, is how did the news agencies, whatever, Twitter, Facebook, CNN, MSNBC, whoever it may be, how did they determine that this was quote-unquote fake news, that it was manipulated media? Do they have access to secret government files to verify if the emails were altered? How would they fucking know? Who makes them the expert?
I want to know too, because it's funny that, you know, the New York Post article was banned, but an article from the Washington Post saying that it's not true, that it's, you know, it's just false and all this. Well, if you can't fact check the New York Post article, how can you fact check the Washington Post article? Because if you don't have the information, you can't do either one. So should that one be banned just as well?
And the best part is, if Trump goes overseas and says soldiers are suckers and losers, you can't even produce a tape of that. It's anonymous sources, but yet that they run with that story. But now this is a story about a former vice president of the United States of America and the current presidential nominee for the Democrats. And you're just going to sit here, nope, not true. It's just insane.
I don't know. You know, but this is where people want to trust to get their news sources from. They deserve what information they get from them.
Yeah. You know, it's a shame that they're doing this to Ice Cube. I mean, not that he's really, like, going through anything, but, you know, it's ridiculous that they're doing it to him. It just goes to show you that people only care about winning a fight. They don't care that it's a fight. They just want to feel good that they won at something. And I think it's because they're not winning at anything else in life. So they take their insecurities and their inferiority complex and they push onto other people by projecting and gaslighting.
I agree. Make sure you put the MAGA hat back up there. I don't know who photoshopped that. It does look crazy, but I do agree. And that's part of the problem. And I think if people started to look more inward and work on their personal development and solving the issues that they have personally, we wouldn't have a third of the problems that we have today. But that's part of the media too. They want you to think externally is where the answer lies. It's somebody who's going to do it for you. Some pill's going to save you. This, that, or the third. But people just got to figure it out, man. It's really all on you. No matter who is, in the White House, who is doing what. Your life is ultimately in your own hands.
Yeah, and they're mad at him and Trump, but yet, like you said earlier with Man Up, Democrats told you, after the election we'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even look at it until after the election, which means you ain't getting shit.
Correct. It's the same tactic they've been using on you for. Yeah, we got, man, just go ahead and give us the votes right now, and I'm probably going to look at it. And motherfuckers, like people really were mad. So what was he supposed to do? Just wait and hope? Yeah, y'all would have rather him have hope that the Democrats were going to look at it than somebody actually get something done, in a timely fashion. And so I say people are baffling. They're really confusing to me.
Yeah, and it just never makes sense because you could tell how people don't think forward, because it's like now Biden is saying that he wants to tax the rich to make up for repealing Trump's tax cuts if he wins. So you could play this. You think that someone like Ice Cube is worth $160 million, or Byron Allen, or Oprah, or Kanye, or whoever, Beyonce, all the Mark Zuckerberg, or whoever? You really think that's what they want to hear? Granted, they probably have their loopholes and all, but it's like people don't even think ahead of what they're talking about. Like, why would someone who's worth $160 million want to vote for a guy who's like, yep, I'm going to make you pay $10 million more this year in taxes just because you got it?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, like I said, people take people at their word. I guess that's with celebrities, especially these ones who are actors. I could never take an actor, honestly. I will never believe an actor, even when they're not necessarily in scene. This is what they do for a living. Play a role, but lie. Like, how can I believe anything you say? I really can't. So
that's what I told my friend about, because I was telling her how Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, that I don't really think that she's happy with him.
No, she's not. No.
And I was like, dude, she's an actor. She's a professional liar. She gets paid to lie. I was like, but you could tell she's not happy.
Correct.
That's why they moved back here. But yeah, to your point, you're right. I agree with you. Like, that's what they, and it's like, okay, so as a white person, I'm not supposed to tell black people their experiences and how they feel, but yet you allow people that are in the 1% that live in a gated community on a hill that's so high up in the air they can't even see a black person, but yet they're supposed to go on Twitter and in Facebook with their little fucking blue check marks and fucking start tweeting things. Please, at least I'm down here in the field with everybody else. Okay, at least I can see somebody within my vicinity. They can't.
Exactly.
But they get the loudest voice.
Yeah. But again, we give it to, well, let me not say we, because I'm not including myself in that, but they give it to them. People look up to them, respect these opinions for whatever reason. There's no connection there, but other than skin tone, maybe. Yeah, but they all of a sudden understand you. But it's very unfortunate.
Yeah. All right, but I'm gonna hop off because I want somebody else, some other people to get in. Thank you for taking the phone call.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody who called in already. Shout out to you. God bless everybody. Stay safe. Make sure you vote come November, like your life depends on it. Turn New York red. Turn California red. Turn the whole fucking map red. And let's laugh our asses off come November 4th.
Already. Mr. John, my favorite New Yorker. Sir, I appreciate the call.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, Joe, good afternoon. We 3 for 3 right now. Who's going to keep the streak alive? Don't be afraid. We 3 for 3. Three great calls. I'm going to say 3 gate calls. You're blocked out. You at the security gate. You can't get in. The Den would be the worst gated community ever. It definitely. We would be a terrible gated community. We would have to need the gates to keep people from wanting to leave. We get them in there, we trap them in there, and they can't get out. That's how it would work. It would kind of be a reverse situation. Got about 15 minutes before we get ready to wrap it up. So if somebody wants to go, we'll take one more call. If not, then I will ramble aimlessly for 15 minutes. It's your punishment. No, but a couple of things. So y'all know I keep preaching about the Discord. Discord is a very big factor in the Den. Like, so imagine if you're not familiar with the Discord, imagine think about some of the group calls that we've had or some of the multiple person calls that we've had. Imagine being able to do that whenever. Also, always having access to the chat 24 hours a day. That's basically what the Discord is. And sometimes you just get to listen to all the Den folk chop it up, so you can think about your favorite callers calling in, except for John, being a part of the conversation and having various discussions, because there's a lot of things that get discussed in the Discord that we don't get to talk about in here, just because of the ability to say certain things, and then again the technology to allow everybody to have some input. But I know some of you slide into the Discord. I'll just be listening, but feel free to jump in. Your opinion is always welcome. So, there's that. Let's see what we got going on here. This could be interesting. Oh, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the Den this afternoon?
What's going on, Honcho, brother Honcho?
What's going on? You got a bit of an echo coming back. Can you turn it down in the background, please?
Got you.
All right.
Brother Honcho.
Yes, sir.
Bilderberg boy.
Bilderberg. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind, man? How you feeling about all this, man? Because I know you look at things a little bit differently than some. Looking at this situation, what you feeling?
Well, you talking about the Biden situation, or you talking about
let's start off with Cube. We'll talk about both of them, but we'll start off with Cube. How do you feel about the Cube situation?
I feel like Cube is basically doing what he's supposed to do. Our people, see, here's the thing. We accept liberals' hatred, blatant hatred, through legislation, through indoctrination of our children. We accept their racism. You know what I'm saying? But if you go over and work with, I don't know where this divide came from, man. Like the where the Republicans are just so racist and the Democrats are just, they're just for the people. I don't know where it came. The programming is crazy. And not only that, did you see the URL thing, brother? The battle rap thing?
No, I didn't.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris paid for a battle rap ad, brother. That's how serious this got.
Can't be.
Yeah, Charlie Cliff and DNA are battling about rapping for Biden and Harris, brother.
Oh my God, bro.
It's so much going on, I can't even keep up with it all. It's crazy.
Oh man, I guess she's gonna rock her Timbs to the battle, and I don't know. This is crazy. Like the pandering blows my mind. Like that's I think of everything. How niggas don't see how blatantly they pander. These are people who would never involve themselves in these kind of environments or activities, but they'll do it.
This is right up there with the stripper ad.
Yeah.
This is right up there with it. It's right up there with the stripper ad. This is how desperate they are, bro. Yeah. Let me tell my people something. My people that's gonna go out there and vote for Trump. As long as we do what we gotta do, we don't got nothing to worry about. What you're seeing is the system retaliating. Okay, they're retaliating because there's so many people waking up to what's going on that they can't control it anymore. So that's what you're seeing. That's why they go and pick their pawns. And in every field, what is battle rap doing in politics? Who made this decision? But you're seeing corporate money get into these entities and infiltrate them and make them do things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what you're saying. But as long as we do, we got to do on November 3rd. We don't got too much to worry about, man.
Yeah.
Because the word is already out, basically. They just trying to see. It's easy to pick on low-level thinking black people because most of our people are not critical thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
Most of our people are not three-dimensional thinkers. So we only see what they put in front of us. And a lot of people a lot of our people are intellectually lazy. They don't want to do the research.
Mm-hmm.
They just go with what they see on television. As far as Ice Cube, shout out to Ice Cube, man. I'm on Willie D's ass though. You know who Willie D from the Ghetto Boys?
Man, look, I'm from the city, from H-Town, dog, and grew up loving Willie D. Honestly, since he's had his kind of YouTube channel, there's been a lot of stuff I can't even really watch it because I don't want to think differently of somebody who I had, a favorable opinion of in my childhood.
I got him the other day. He gave me a shout out. Mm-hmm. He was reading his comments, and I said, because he said he about to vote, and I said, glad to hear you're voting, Willie D. Mm-hmm. So you could take this L on the chin on November 3rd. He was laughing.
Yeah.
And the people in the comment section, they wanted him to eat me alive, and he was like, nah, he came over, he was respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the hatred, bro. What you're seeing is people choose. I told people a long time ago, way when George Floyd was murdered, or the sacrifice of George Floyd. You're going to have to choose a side, okay? You're going to be made to choose a side. Either you're going to support the Luciferian Baphomet system, which is what you're seeing from the Democrats, or you're going to be on the right, or those of us who esteem ourselves to be on the right, who follow actual truth and have facts to support what they're saying. Right. I knew the media blackout was coming for the Joe Biden situation. You not only seen that, but did you see the D-class that Trump did that allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly on your show. The D-class was Obama and Biden killed SEAL Team 6. They had him assassinated.
Wow.
But I knew that already. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I knew that already. How is it they have a Bin Laden raid and then a couple of days later the whole SEAL team is dead out of a helicopter? Come on, man. Cut it out.
That's crazy. Yeah, I heard like something was going on, but I didn't look into the information. I didn't get a chance. I know some people on Discord had mentioned it, but that's wild.
And the Iran, the money that he was shipping on pallets on the late night on a jet. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, if I'm at a 7-Eleven and I see two brothers moving money from one trunk to the other, I know it's some shady shit going on.
Correct.
So if you got pallets of money going somewhere at night on a late night jet, something is going on. So that money was the payoff that was hush money for Iran, because Iran was going to actually it was basically hush money.
Yeah.
They were going to tell what because my mother called me that night and she was like, you killed Osama bin Laden. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Bin Laden been dead. They was gonna roll Bin Laden out during the Bush era. Mm-hmm. But the guy from CBS, Dan Rather, he stopped it. He was going to expose it. Yeah. They had Bin Laden on ice. So this is why they never showed his body, and then they said they gave him some Muslim ritual where they buried him at sea. Come on, man. Cut it out. Okay. Cut it out. This whole thing's been a facade. And if you're a critical thinker, you can figure this stuff out, man. Even if you don't have all the facts, you know something ain't right.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because we was getting that discussion the other day. I want to say maybe yesterday in the Discord we was talking about that, just kind of the whole environment around that situation, that Bin Laden situation. Man, it's real sketchy, and that's the same thing I kind of thought too. It's like, where is the proof? Where is the evidence that you killed this man? Like you said, just buried him in sea. No proof, no photo, no. Little snapshot real quick before we dump him off or whatever we're gonna do. So yes, that's definitely was a real fishy situation.
Yeah, what you're seeing is the system, the system. Even 9/11. That's why you don't see the Bushes getting into the election because they don't want 9/11 to be exposed. That's they were part of it. So what you're seeing is the system. Trump is like, all right, you guys, there's going to be October surprises coming out, bro, like into election day.
No.
It's going to be so crazy. Because, see, they don't have anything else on Trump. They didn't use all of their ammunition. They didn't use it all. If they had Trump saying the N-word on tape, they would have played it already.
Correct.
You know? That's they're so desperate. You see them reaching out to demographics that they've never reached out to, and I mean, it's the most deplorable demographics that you could pick.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So you're seeing them pull their demons in. They need the demon vote. That's what they need. Did you look at the DNC, the actual logo for the DNC?
Man, I remember a while back it had some interesting things going. It was 2 or 3 different things going on in there, if I recall, but I can't remember it in detail right now.
Okay, so in the D there was a 5-star pentagram in the D. That 5-star pentagram is the sigil of the Baphomet. Okay, if you notice the logo said D to America, and it was a picture of America, but it was a number 2 in the middle. The sigil of the Baphomet, what that logo actually means is death to America. That's what that logo means. Okay? If you look at the actual design of it, why would they put a 5-star pentagram in a D?
Yeah. There's no reason to do so.
And they put the number 2 and they have a picture of America. So this is not a race war, man. I've been saying it a long time. You know, I've been saying it. This is a spiritual war, man. This is not a race war. You're gonna have to pick a side. The lady that called, your first caller, the Italian lady, I love her. Cause she from New York.
Are you talking about Miss Grace from the Boston area, Massachusetts?
She sound like a New Yorker. So, but anyway, She spoke about evil, how evil the liberals are, and that's because what do I always say, Honcho? Liberalism is Luciferianism, right?
Yes.
Okay, so she's exactly right. She's seeing it. She's not under the program, so she can see it for herself. And she is so on point with how liberals are, man. They just nasty people, bro. Nasty and distrustful. You can't trust them. If there was Pew Research did a statistic on how likely conservatives and liberals are to steal, and liberals were 9 times, like their percentage rate was higher, 9 times higher than a conservative. Damn. As far as this honesty, it was crazy. Or to even just to leave a tip on the table for a waiter.
That's crazy. That's wild. I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna take the note on you. I'm definitely have to look at that up. I would love to read up on that. Yeah, man. But I agree, man. There's a lot of behaviors that are encouraged that are being pushed forth by liberals that you have to just look at and say, man, there's no way. There's no way. Like nobody in their right mind would accept something like that.
They're evil. They go after the young. That's why you see them going after young people, because they know young people are naive and they have no real understanding of what life is. That's why you see, Obama, when those kids in Florida, that shooting happened in that Florida high school, and you had that smut face, when they had him up there, Obama tweeted, "We've been waiting for you." Why would you tweet that to some 18-year-old kids? I just had to call in, man, and just because the show was on point today. My brother that called and said, what's the guy with the southern accent?
Prepaid.
Yes, he on point too.
Yeah.
And John, you always on point, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Man, well, Mr. Bilderberg, you already know, man, it's always good when you call, and I got to look forward to it. Like I said, I had to take a bunch of notes when you call because there's a lot of stuff I got to check out And I started getting on some
check-
of the videos you sent me. I haven't had a chance to get through all of them, but we're definitely gonna, like I say, this week, these past 2 weeks have been a particular kind of conversation. But some things that you have spoken on, some things you've sent me that I do want to get into real soon.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a lot going on. It's so much. I want to put together some things myself, but it's so much going on. It's like, as soon as I get ready to do one thing, here comes something else. I'm like, damn, like this is crazy.
Yeah, it's
The
wild.
environment is it, but it's a beautiful time to live, because if you're actually a person who's not under the programming, you actually enjoy the feeling of not being a sheep.
Yeah.
But it's irritating because you see so many literally mentally ignorant people, man.
Yeah, and it's
It's like mind blowing.
It is. It's sad and, like you said, frustrating, but sad too. And it's like, because you want to be able to say, man, look, it's this simple, or hey, you want to be able to offer that help. Like, all you got to do is read, and people are just. It's not that they're blue; they're just against it. They just don't want to do it. So
They don't. They don't want. It ain't even they don't want to read. They don't want to research. They don't want to actually dig for anything. Or if you present them with something, they're like, that's a conspiracy theory. That's this, that, the third. Listen, the CIA came up with the term conspiracy theorists after the JFK assassination. All right, so all of us have been under mind control since we were born. So if you don't look into certain things, like I got a cousin. He's a former state police captain. He's so far under the program, I can't even talk to him anymore.
yeah,
And it's sad. And that's one of my favorite cousins. But he's a Prince Hall Mason. Okay, I'm pretty sure he knows he's in the Baphomet system. He was in the Fraternal Order of the Police. So he's under the pro. I told him, I said, dude, you're more under the programming than the people that you put in prison, brother. And that's sad. It's sad.
yeah, that's wild.
They're making one man the problem, the world's problem for everything. It's ridiculous.
And the man only been around for a couple of years, or really been having that ability for a couple of years.
Yeah. And I remember when you first started, started waking up to Trump. You know what I'm saying? You had good questions too. But see, the thing that I loved about your show, what made me start following your show, was you didn't attack him. You actually had critical thought. You actually allowed people to call in and say, hey, how you guys feel about this? A lot of people they're not doing that. They're just putting out. They're living in a bubble.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. That's the one thing that I like. I say, the den has to not be as an echo chamber, because the den helps me. It's not just about people listening. Like it's helped me grow a lot, being able to hear different people say different things, and introduce me to new information. So, yeah, it has to be that way. And again, like I said, I hope other people have picked up on some of the things that I picked on, and it benefits them too. The echo chamber thing is just a slow death.
Yeah. This show should actually be bigger than it is, to me.
Well, like I said, that's on me. I got to put in more work. It is where it is because of what I've done. That's the way I look at it. So,
well, brother, listen, you got listeners like me. I'm willing to help. Anything I can help you do, or you need. Listen, this platform, it has some very intelligent people.
I agree.
And I think that if we all we have to get together, because if we don't, you see what the media is doing, what social media is doing with the censorship. If we don't get together as a people with ideas and trying to wake some of these people up, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
we're going to be in trouble.
100% agree.
You got my help. I'm offering you my help if you need it. I'm here.
I appreciate that, man. I definitely, like I said, once I get a few things kind of lined up and get part of my consistency issue, like I said, I do want to reach out and do some things differently. And maybe, like I said, when we touch on some of those other topics, if you got a chance, you can come on and we can talk about them live.
Yeah, man, I got the material. It's just about getting it to you and trying to showcase it. You know what I'm saying? And actually, there's a lot of videos that I think that you would the listeners of your show would be intrigued about. Because like I said, what you're seeing is a spiritual war, and I cannot clarify that enough. You're not seeing a race war. That's just the undertone. That's for the low level thinking people. So.
Okay. Well, that's a bet with Mr. Bilderberg, man. Like I say, as always, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with us this afternoon.
Hey, man, peace and love, brother.
Absolutely. Same, sir. Thank you for calling in.
All right, later.
All right. Shout out to Mr. Bilderberg, man. 4 for 4. And like I say, and I love it because Bilderberg kind of brought a different angle to it, towards the end. Because we know what we're saying, but there are underlying layers to this. And if you really think about some of these behaviors, some of these things that get pushed, we look at them and we say, oh, that's disgusting, that's terrible. But it is. It comes down to the contents of your soul, Because your soul, your person that you are, is going to determine what you will and won't accept and how far you're willing to go to defend that, And that's your soul being impacted and affected when we see the disgusting things that are being put out there. We see other people embracing this stuff, and we see other people, encouraging this stuff. And inside of you have this, I guess this belief system or this understanding that's like, this is not acceptable. This is unhealthy for not, just individuals, but as a society. So here's the deal. Y'all know how we do it. We're rocking the Discord immediately after. Like, I shouldn't have to tag y'all, at everyone to get y'all in the voice chat. I mean, immediately after the stream, I'm sliding directly in the voice chat. So just beat me there. Don't meet me there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna beat you there. We're gonna make this a competition. I'm finna get that thing already for the stream even over with, so I can talk some shit. Actually, I think I got my thing up down here. No, I don't. But so I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming through, man. Shout out to all the callers, man. Great call. These are days like this I love. We just have great calls top to bottom. This is what makes the den special. Oh, see, look, I was trying to be first. Y'all already beat me. Y'all in that whole deep already, goddamn. So I guess we slide. Who all in here? 1, 2, 3, about 4, 5 deep in here already. Shit. So the party already started. Make sure y'all in that thing. Let me see. Ed Honcho HTX, Instagram and Twitter if you want to follow on social media. Facebook group, not Sauce Sports, the Den Show, Facebook group, Den Show Live on Facebook. Links in the description below. Yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate y'all. If you're new to this, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, let YouTube know you actually enjoy the content. But with that being said, Chuck Up Produce, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate y'all. Sincerely, I thank y'all. It has been my pleasure to be able to chop it up with y'all this afternoon. We'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll get back to the black women bashing tomorrow. And it hasn't been about bashing black women. Y'all understand the whole context. Tomorrow will probably be the last of those conversations for a while. But I thank y'all for being here. Chuck Up Produce. I'm out. I'm gone. It's over. The show is done. It's a nice hat, Ice Cube. I'm going to get B1. Empress, Miss Grace, thank y'all. I appreciate it. You gotta go to Kroger's. Kroger's. You gotta put the S on the end. The Kroger's. Lovely Miss Jess Sarah. Yeah. I fucked with y'all, man. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all, man. I'm out. And until next time, gone.